The Samsung Galaxy Note 9, said by many to be the overall no-holds-barred smartphone. Hey guys, it's Kessler, and welcome to my Note 9 review. Is it worth $1,000? Now, I'm mainly an iOS user. Let me just get that out of the way here at the start. I've had an iPhone since the iPhone 3GS came out, and I had a heavy bias before starting my review period of this phone. To any iOS user out there thinking about making the switch to an Android, take a minute, learn about what you're getting into. It's a whole different world compared to the Apple ecosystem, but if you do switch, my highest recommendations go to the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. The Samsung Galaxy Note 9 is sporting the latest and greatest hardware in any smartphone. In its 6.4-inch glass sandwich body, it houses a Snapdragon 845, 6 or 8 gigs of RAM, an 8-megapixel camera on the front, and two 12-megapixel cameras on the back, one a standard shooter and the other a 2x telephoto zoom lens, 120 or 512 gigabytes of storage with an option of expansion through an SD of up to 512 gigabytes, and supports fast wireless charging through its glass back. The display on the Note 9 is a 6.4-inch 2960 by 1440p Super AMOLED display. It has phenomenal color reproduction and vibrancy when watching videos or looking at photos. The Note 9, right now, is the definitive media consuming experience. The only con to consuming video on this device is the 18.5 by 9 aspect ratio. Most things are still filmed in a standard 16.9 aspect ratio, which leaves bars on each side of the screen when consuming most media. The best footage for this display is widescreen media like most movies and music videos. The black bars on the top and sides allow you to pinch zoom the video or movie to the same size of the screen without losing anything on the edges. And I can't talk about the display without talking about the infinity edges that bleed over the left and right sides of the phone. It's a bit gimmicky, and I did end up turning the edge controls off. The edges of the display do give the phone a bit of a futuristic look though. This phone is a monster when it comes to load times and just everyday use speeds. Not once did I experience lag or a hiccup. Apps never had to buffer unless of course I had bad service, and gaming on this device was quite the experience. Most of the games that I played filled the entire screen and allowed me to have a bit more of an open field of view when playing. Again, there was no lag in this category. I don't think there's anything I could throw at this phone to slow it down. The data speeds on this phone do support gigabit LTE, but I don't live in an area that allowed me to experience those speeds. But from what I did experience from my everyday data use was nothing short of perfect. I never dropped service, and again, videos didn't buffer. I didn't lag in games, and downloads were blazing fast. Now, the camera is the one thing that I worried about when switching from my iPhone 8 Plus. I use my phone to film all my videos, and I'll continue to use my 8 Plus to film. It's the best camera I have for recording at the moment. But I got some great shots from my Note 9. The front camera is crisp and does a great job with selfies, social media editing and control, usually in the day about 35 to 40%, which is just crazy to think about. A phone with a screen this high res and this big should not be able to last that long. But something about the optimization of the Samsung experience and the power optimization, the screen just crushes anything else when it comes to staying alive during the day. Now, the S Pen is not something I thought I'd use as regularly as I do. I never felt the need to use a stylus on a phone until I had one. I still don't use it as much as it's intended, I'm sure. It still seems a bit like a gimmick to me, but it should work amazingly for anyone who wants to do Photoshop or art on their phones. It does have a few helpful features, like being able to launch the camera by holding the little button, or using it as a wireless shutter remote. But again, that still doesn't really sell it to me completely. Without making some compromises. Now, I have large hands. I can use my iPhone 8 Plus one-handed with little effort. The Note 9 makes that impossible unless I turn on the one-handed mode settings, but that makes you lose a lot of screen size. I constantly had to readjust my hand to get to the toolbar at the top of the phone, but other than those overall, this phone is a full package. There's no getting around that. This phone may be $1,000, but it's worth every penny. There are no stops, no compromises. It still has a headphone jack with stereo speakers and an IP68 water resistance rating. Samsung really knocked it out of the park with this one, and it doesn't seem like they're going to be slowing down anytime soon. As an iOS guy, there's really a gestation period, a period where I had to relearn how to use a smartphone. But if you can get past that learning curve, you will not regret buying this phone. Not one bit. And that's it for my Samsung Galaxy Note 9 review. If you own a Note 9 or are interested in getting one, please leave a comment with your opinion or why you're thinking about switching down below. I love reading your comments, and I really do read every one of them. I will do my best to reply to each one. As always, I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give the video a like. If you didn't, give the video a dislike. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.